We both liked to cook and had 2 sets of deadly sharp chef's knives and a set of steak knives. And yeah, we had a lot of knives. And right now, they were all on the landing carpet, pointing directly at my bedroom door.
There's something up there. The little voice in my head whispered, and it's not afraid of being found. In fact, it wants you to find it. There's someone in our house. Lisa gasped. Her voice was shaking with fear.
Is it Michael?
I heard...
Is it your husband, Lisa?
It's your husband in
Is
there,
it your
love.
husband, Kath? Welcome to EPPY74 of GhostHunspod with Hannah
and Susie.
Yeah, you fucking ghost huns in the house.
Yeah, yeah, fuck it. My mum was watching a film the other day. She was like, honestly, it was swear word after swear word. It just reminded me of your podcast. I was like, cheers, Terry.
Terry, listen.
Thanks, love.
Do you know what, actually? Someone did put potty mouth.
Oh, potty mouth.
Yeah, and he's
no, I think what you mean is piss mouth, actually. Pissy shitty mouth.
Pissy mouth. Pissy mouth.
Pissy shitty mouth. What is our problem?
No, what is our problem?
What?
What's our fucking problem?
Welcome Denise from Liverpool. She's 34 and she's looking for a date.
Oh my God, wow. You've come to the right place, hon.
Charlotte, we found out you're a journalist, aren't you?
Journalist?
Journalist? You're a journalist, aren't you? You never came here looking for love on Blind Date, did you? No, you're a journo. For anyone that doesn't know, out of context, that was Blind Date when a woman got outed for being a journalist. Instead of going on a shit TV show. No, actually not shit, it was great.
Oh my God, I loved it. I've told you that I wrote in when I was like 9.
You never told me that. What do you mean?
So
More,
not?
please. No.
I wrote, I said to my mum, I was like 9 years old, I was watching it, I was like, I want to go on that. And obviously she's like, that's a bit strange for a little girl. And then I was like, no, please. And then I wrote my letter.
No, please.
And then she like, you know, I was like, dear Scylla, I'd love to be on, I was going to say Woman in Black, Scylla Black Blind Date.
Yeah.
And then I wrote off, and then I was like, where do I send it? My mum said, like, ITV. So I put, or whatever it was, like Carlton or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I can't even remember, but I
Yeah.
just remember that it went too generic, no stamp. And she was like, there we go, we'll put it in the...
So someone from the post office was like, this is
Whether she
disturbing.
even said fucking sent it, I doubt it.
I'd love to go on your
she
dating
probably burnt
show.
it in the garden.
Love Susie, age 9.
They're like, well...
Oh, that's phenomenal. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I think you should go on another dating show. Why don't you go on No Like
First
It, No
Date.
Like It?
Do you know what? A friend of mine worked on First Dates and actually offered me to go
Really?
on.
Why didn't you?
Well, I just thought, no.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought it was a bit too intrusive.
I don't think it could hurt or nor hinder. I mean, I don't think you're going to find the love of your life, but it could be a break in a career. You know what I mean?
That's what she said.
Could be a career off.
Wait. No, but she did say that.
I just want to see you're breaking your career. Gonna stick my nubbin in you breaking your career. What are we talking about?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish.
I wish for the best. For you
Fucking hell. Okay,
too.
rich. Very, very rich. Lots of money. Pool, house. I mean, family and friends to live a long time. That's fine. Whatever. Pool. Good.
My dad got scammed the other day.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, not Roger.
Oh, Roger got
He's so
scammed.
cute, Roger. I just want to fucking grab him by the cheek.
He's very sweet. He got well scammed.
How did he get scammed?
Auto Trader.
What?
Yeah,
No.
fucking watch out on Auto
Come on, what do
Trader.
you mean?
I'm not a driver, so I don't know about this
Yeah.
fucking
Auto.
side.
I mean, what? Where you buy and
hustle.
sell cars? That
Yeah,
Auto
yeah,
Trader.
mate, yeah.
So how did he get scammed?
Watch out. Basically, a couple of Romanian blokes turn up. And they had sent a very like cryptic message to him before, which wasn't in like.
Hang on, is Roger buying or is Roger selling?
Selling.
Right.
Selling the Jag, the red Jag.
I see the
right?
Jag is gone.
No, well, it's a bit fucked, is what it is. So basically, they turn up, and this is just a cautionary tale actually for any drivers out there selling your Jags / insert car. So they turn up and they're like, We want to check the front. So there's two of them. One checked the bonnet. One, I don't know what the fuck a car is. They open up the front. They open up the
You
back.
open up the front.
Yeah, open up the roof at the front.
Oh
Whack it open.
Yeah.
One guy's sticking his head in the front, and then the other guy's with my dad at the back.
yeah. Right.
And then they go around. They're like, okay, well, can we give it a little spin? So they go for a spin. They come
With
back.
Roger.
Can't actually tell you for sure.
It could have been a hostage. That could have been very dangerous.
I know. No hostage situation. But what ended up happening was it started like smoking, and what they'd done is they poured oil in the water tank, and they were like, "Oh, you've got oil in there. Sorry, it's absolutely defunct. This car's broken. You can't." And what they'd done is while my dad was around the back of the car, he'd got his little vial of oil. And put it into the little water thing, and then was like, and it's fucked. And that could have cost him like $1,000, but apparently the AA and insurance.
So did they then say like, we'll take it off your hands? For
Yeah,
a couple
and they
hundred
said,
quid.
listen, it's going to go for scrap anyway. We'll give you $2,000 for it. And he was like, oh fuck, it's broken. Like, and he did.
How did he actually think that it was?
Yeah,
that it
he
was
did.
him.
Yeah.
So how did he find out it was them?
I think he then was like, this is so weird. And then I think he looked it up and he typed in like oil scam just to check on the off chance. And then all these hits came up of like, yeah, so watch out. Because honestly, Auto Trader, I think, is a bit like Craigslist for the car
weird,
community.
yeah.
Do you know what? Anything could happen there.
Yeah.
You know what? Like,
yeah.
You could get weapons on it, I bet.
Yeah, I'd rather buy a car off a dogging site than I would off Auto Trader, to be totally honest with you.
You'd rather what?
Buy a car off a dogging site, because they go dogging in cars, don't they?
And
I find those people more trustworthy.
But you said before the pod started that you went dogging.
Well, listen, I'm always in a car. If I'm going to get intimate, it has to be in a car. I'm not.
Really?
I'm non-stop driving up and down. No, I'm very much joking, Mum. I am joking. I'm too. I couldn't be bothered with that.
Listen.
Whenever you see it, it looks horrific.
Yeah, you've got to be about like 21 and bendy.
Oh, listen,
boring.
I'm barely doing anything nowadays. But if it is, it's going to be in a very soft bed.
A lovely bed.
A bed with a good mattress.
With a lovely bathroom attached.
Oh, imagine that. See, imagine having no bathroom.
Oh,
no, thank
God.
you. No, thank you.
No.
That was for like 12-year-old me. Do you know what I mean?
A 9-year-old me. You know what I mean?
Not 12.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually. The most promiscuous 9-year-olds on here. Let me go blind date. I'm blinded. I'm going to get myself a man, Mum.
I love that my mum encouraged it. She's like, yeah, we'll get you a boyfriend.
I love that you turned into a gruff Mancunian.
Yeah. Fucking yeah. Get her a fucking boyfriend.
Okay, shall we? Tarot.
Yes, could you please tarot
Shall
for
we
me,
tarot?
love?
Shall we? I'm not getting anything.
That's a bit Enya of me, actually. I really like Enya, actually. I hope that you're sharing that sentiment.
I love Enya.
I love Enya.
There's a few coming out.
Say where the card blows.
Do you remember that song Madonna did that was a bit Enya-esque?
I mean, Hannah, if you're talking about the Frozen album, then yes, because that was my favourite album, it still is.
Is that, yes, amazing.
I think at least 1 or 2 songs would be on my Desert Island discs from Madonna's Frozen album.
I think we've had this.
What is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, and it's Santa Claus with a man with a Danny Robbins haircut and another one that looks a little bit like James Acaster.
Show me.
During COVID.
I
think that's a really accurate description. Oh, and there's a couple of dogs at the bottom as well.
Oh, cute. I don't think we've had the dogs yet.
Couple of doggos. Oh, and there's a child.
Well, dogs for dogging. Do you know what I mean? Okay, this represents the final result of cumulative efforts. Cumulative spelled C-U-M. Do you know what I mean?
See, it's been happening. You've been wanting this since you were 9.
Yeah.
It's about to come to fruition.
Couple of whippets on there, do you know?
Whippets, yeah.
It says, after generations of effort, wow, resulting in such abundance that it directly and indirectly supports a lot of people. That doesn't mean anything. Indirectly and directly.
Yeah, yeah.
This book is shit.
This book is
Imagine
mad.
a flow of abundant resources, so abundant that you are filled with not only pride, but self-respect and gratitude.
I'm going to go on biddytarot.com.
Can you? Because this is absolute
I'm not having that.
shit.
I'm not having that. Right. Biddy Tarot.
Biddy. I want to meet Biddy.
What is Biddy?
It says your potential treasure is enough to take care of you and yours for a long time.
So which one is it? The 10 of Pentacles?
Yeah. Doggy, kid, James A. Caster and Santa.
Pentacles, the minor arcana are these.
Minor arcana.
Minor arcana.
I'm going to get 2 animals and call
Where
one
are
minor
they?
and one arcana.
That's cute.
I know.
Oh, got it. 10 of Pentacles. Right. Upright. Did I do it upright? I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Do you know what, though? I don't think I did now. I think I pulled to
Reverse.
the...
Reverse Santa.
No, I've just looked at what reverse means, and no, I didn't. I put it
No,
upright.
it's upright, yeah.
It's upright. It's definitely upright,
Please.
because that is
Please.
literally our worst nightmare. The 10 of Pentacles shows an old white-haired man, that's Santa, wearing an ornately embroidered robe, sitting with his 2 loyal white dogs at his feet. A younger couple stands nearby with a small child. The man is a wealthy patriarch who's achieved a great
I thought you
deal.
say Patreon.
The man is a wealthy
Oh my
patriarch
God.
during his life and is immensely gratified that he can now share his wealth and abundance with his loved ones. What have I... Oh, no, but I do think about doing that.
www.patreon.com/ghosthuns.
Only £4.50 a month for hours and hours of extra content. His successes and accomplishments are now providing financial security and certainty to his family. I've said to all of my family that whenever I become rich, because I feel like it's going to happen one day,
Yeah.
I want them all to come and move into my house in the hillside, and I'm going to have a pool
Yeah.
and a jacuzzi and a swim-up bar.
Oh,
And a
please.
sauna.
Yes.
And a
want that.
sauna. I want it every day to be holiday at my
I love
house.
a sauna.
And I've told them all to come and live with me because I'm not going to have kids.
But first of all, I think you need to tell me what reverse cowboy's saying. Just give me a hint. What is it? What's the vibe?
I'm just the dark side of wealth and financial failure and loss.
Okay, so should we get onto a story?
Yes, please.
Oh, I just went like this. Where's my phone? It's right here.
Oh,
By the way, I said this on the Instagram live, but for any of you who are watching Baby Reindeer right now, I've been watching it with my mum. I'm only 2 episodes in, and when the little texts appear on the screen, one of them was like, "I want to like
stick me fucking finger up your jizz pot."
Yeah. Yeah, and it appeared in text writing across the screen. My mum went, "Oh, I'm not wearing my glasses. What does that say?" And I just went quiet and went,
Hello, how are you?
and then it stayed for a really long time to make sure that everyone can read it. And she was like, "No, Susie, what does it say?" And I was like, "Something, oh," and it's just like, "Jizz, come, jizz." And I was like, now I can't watch beyond episode 2.
No,
with her, can
I don't. It gets...
Does it get really...
Well, it's just... Oh, do you know what? Listen,
Filth bag.
I've enjoyed Baby Reindeer. I do think there's only one emotion that's coming through, and it's I'm finding it quite frustrating to watch.
Oh.
So...
But as in, like, tell me about cringe factor, though, because I don't mind...
What's just happened? I know you can't say really, spoiler alerts. No, I think it continues to be quite sexual.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll just say I'm not... I'm busy for the rest of the time.
Have you seen the anal bit?
No.
Okay. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Luce.
I know you're listening.
Lots of Huns met my mum, actually. At the,
Just fucking put this up right down.
put up your fucking jacksy.
So very excited about you and your mum having that nice watching TV time. TV time. Some very exciting news from us, isn't there?
Well, if you don't already know, guys, you can get your hands on some Ghost Huns merch.
Official merch.
Oh my God. And it's stunning. We've only got 3 pieces.
Yeah.
You know?
And once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're not coming back.
We've literally got, by the time this comes out, you've got a couple of weeks to fucking get your hands.
Maybe even a week.
Yeah, it's honestly like we're just trialing it out. And if people don't go for it, we'll pull merch. But we want you to be dressed in
But
our
these pieces definitely won't be coming back.
wares. No, exactly.
These pieces definitely won't. So come and get these while you still can. And please do go and find us on patreon.com/ghosthunspods.
Yeah, and you can find it all in our Instagram link in
Gorgeous.
our bio.
In our bio.
In our bio. Okay, Hannah, here is a story for you. This is 100% true. It happened in 1987, 1988.
Whenever anyone says that, it's not.
Yeah, it's like your story. You're
Yeah.
like, this is very
true.
Yeah. The house I was renting was a murder house.
Fair.
Nothing to do with this story, but yeah, I rented a murder house for a while.
Okay.
The people in the story are myself, Lyca, and my best friend Joe.
Lyca?
I like her.
Lyca? I don't even know her.
Anyway, on with the story. I'd been living in the murder house around 4 months with no issues, apart from me and Joe constantly pranking each other. Me and Joe were still working as station supervisors on the London Underground.
Who's living in this house? The fucking Chuckle Brothers. Why are they always pranking each other?
I guess they just love it. You know?
Hang on, what relationship are these again?
They're just mates.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I lived with a friend who kept pranking me, I'd bury them in the garden. Get fucked.
I think they like it. Or maybe they like each other.
Flirting.
Yeah.
Flirting.
Me and Joe were still working as station supervisors on the London Underground. Anyway, we were great friends. We both 100% mutually friend-zoned each other from the start, and we both shared a love of pranks. Sure, they got a little out of hand sometimes, but it kept us both on our toes. At 26, Joe was almost 5 years older than me, and the only issue I had was that he would take my stuff sometimes. For instance, if I bought a pizza and put it in the fridge when I got home from work, I'd come home, open the fridge and see a note saying, "Lyca, I took the pizza, here's 20 quid, buy another one." And there would be 20 quid, paperclip to the note he'd written in the fridge.
Lol. Oh, that's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's not even a
You're
prank.
just taking my pizza.
You're just drunk and eating my pizza, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like...
It's hardly cling film on the bog seat, is it?
Oh, you sound like you've done that before.
Done a couple of pranks in my day.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really fun for you. He did it with everything, mostly when he'd had a few beers. He once drank a quarter bottle of brandy I'd been saving, and I was so mad I punched him right in the arm as hard as I could.
So, who is this 97-year-old
I know,
woman?
I'm like
Who's
21 going on...
Who's saving a quarter of brandy?
Well, you know when you've got
For
like a
best.
bottle of booze and you're young and you're like, I don't have anything else, so you're like, that will get me
That'll-
pissed
big
on the
night
Friday.
out, yeah.
BNO.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, he'd once drank a quarter bottle of brandy I'd been saving. I was so mad I punched him right in the arm as hard as I could. Joe had just laughed, and he had the kind of laugh that made me laugh too.
This is just theft.
Flirty theft.
Hmm.
Both of us never really took anything seriously for more than a minute. Anyway, the next time I bought brandy, I put the bottle in the drawer under my bed so he couldn't get it. I'd gone to bed and was sleeping when suddenly I was woken up by my bed moving. Joe was in my room, a little drunk, and he was carefully, well, as carefully as a big clumsy drunk could be, opening the drawer to get at my brandy. He saw me open my eyes and started laughing. "Shh, just sleep," he mumbled. "I'm just here for the brandy." Somehow I managed to restrain myself from breaking the bottle over his big drunk head. I handed him the bottle with a tired, "Just fucking take it and fuck off." He took it from me and stumbled out my room. The next night, I shut and locked my bedroom door while I slept. I told him never to come in my room and wake me again like that. A couple of nights later, I was woken up by the sound of someone jiggling my door handle. Screw Joe, I thought. The door was locked, so he couldn't get in. I ignored him for a while, hoping he would give up, but the door handle kept squeaking and moving.
This would really fucking scare me.
I very quietly crept out of bed and put my hand on the lock. I was planning on carefully unsnicking it and then wrenching the door open and throwing myself at an unsuspecting...
Throw it up at him.
Yeah. And throwing myself at an unsuspecting Joe screaming like a banshee.
Yeah.
It would be so funny. I silently stifled a giggle. I remained deathly silent. It wouldn't work if he heard me unlock and open the door. I had one hand on the little lock ready to twist it and the other hand on the handle. I counted in my head. 3, 2, 1. And right then, I had a little thought that I was tired. And I didn't want to prank Joe after all. I'd go back to bed and pretend to be asleep. And eventually, he would stop fiddling with my door handle. So that's what I did. I got back in my warm bed and went off to sleep. I was woken by Joe some hours later. "Lyca," he shouted, knocking on the door. "Come out of your room really carefully and don't freak out.
Was there a spider?
Don't touch anything. I've called the police." He sounded different to how he usually sounded. I carefully unlocked my door and slowly opened it. I looked outside of my room and noticed that every knife we had in the house was on the floor outside my room, arranged in a semicircle facing my door. We both liked to cook and had 2 sets of deadly sharp chef's knives and a set of steak knives, and yeah, we had a lot of knives, and right now they were all on the landing carpet pointing directly at my bedroom door.
Oh.
I asked Joe if he heard anything and if it was him trying to get into my room around 1 a.m. He looked at me wide-eyed and told me that he hadn't even been home all night.
Oh!
His shift had finished at 11 p.m. and the night foreman hadn't shown up for his shift, so Joe had volunteered to stay and do a double shift. He finished around 6 a.m, arrived home to find a downstairs window had been forced open and lots of things moved around.
Oh, no.
So disgusting. The police arrived and weren't even that bothered because no one was hurt and nothing had been taken and nothing, apart from the lock on the window, was damaged. But tons of things around the house were moved around, and the way they were moved was like in weird shapes and patterns. I shudder when I think what could or would have happened if I would have wrenched that door open, thinking it was Joe.
Oh! That is fucking
Imagine she had done that in that split second. I think it's that weird like consciousness thing where like something in her brain went,
tells
maybe
you don't do it. Yeah,
maybe don't
fucking
probably
do
not
it.
your mate.
Don't unlock it.
It's not fit Joe.
So do you think it's? Yeah, I bet Joe is quite fit actually.
A bit
You know,
drunk,
like
but
in
a bit
that-
fun.
You know that in that like 18-year-old kind when you're 18 and you see like
Yeah.
you know like the flick in the hair and all the gel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really fancied a gelled hair. Anyway, do you think that was paranormal or
No,
an
I think
intruder?
that's more real life is more horror than paranormal life.
Real life is absolutely more terrifying than that.
I think that might be some, but also like if it was because she put at the beginning that it was a murder house.
Oh yeah.
So I just think that like,
So is it haunted?
well, this is the thing, either that or you know when like some people are obsessed with like macabre history. I don't know, maybe someone's fucking with them, or it's Joe.
Joe.
What you like? Okay, Hannah, have you got one for me? You've got a bit of glitter on your chin.
Have I? Oh, fucking who cares? Fine. Shall we? Well, I thought I'd give you a bit more information about the witch.
Oh, yes.
The prison. Also, I forgot that I'd said in prison, so I spent about 2 hours looking for the last witch who died, and I was like, no, I'm sure it wasn't 1785. I'm sure it was. So that was fun.
Oh, not died, but imprisoned.
Imprisoned.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's on my emails. So, Scott, this lady was imprisoned in 1945. And she was the last person to be imprisoned to be a witch, which is very, very soon, I thought. So I thought what I'd do is just give you a very brief background of witchcraft and the law. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, it does.
No.
Oh, a little history lesson.
No, kind of, yeah, but it'll be very, very, very short. So between the 16th and 18th centuries in Scotland, because this is where the last witch, Helen Duncan, lived, the public and the monarchy became increasingly concerned about malevolent magical dealings. The Witchcraft Act of 1563 made witchcraft and consulting with witches a capital crime and thus sparked centuries of fear. So in 1563 it was made illegal to either to dabble or to be the dabbled.
Bedabbled.
Bedabbled.
Don't bedabble with
Much
those
like
witchy...
prostitution, if you're a prostitute, a sex worker. If you're a sex worker or you go to a sex worker, you're, I don't know why it's compare it to that, but anyway.
Good.
It's estimated that upwards... It's estimated that upwards of 4,000 people were tried for witchcraft during this time. 2,500 of whom were executed between 1563 and 1727. I would be fucking executed, wouldn't I?
Oh, you would.
Well, we'd both be executed. We'd both be
chance.
executed. We wouldn't.
No,
and
you'd be straight
no,
in the
you
fucking
would.
Thames.
No, you would. No, you would.
No, you would.
You'd be in that river in Salem.
Oh no! Listen.
No, you dabble with me.
No.
You do. I've put spells on you.
I know what's good for me. I'd go witch. Burn her. Burn her.
Such fucking.
Drown her.
I'd be like, you fuck. I'd take you down with me 100%.
You try, and then
I
would so be.
I'd be like, check her pockets. Check her pockets.
Yeah. For crows and pebbles.
Yeah. Crows and pebbles. Yeah, we wouldn't be very good. Also, you or I wouldn't be able to keep a fucking mouth shut.
No, I'd like a gossip. I think I would.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd ultimately get what was coming for me, but I would be the one who leads the pack of like the saintly. I'd be like, oh, Hannah, I heard you chanting on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, what?
And I'd be like, I gave you a love potion.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well. That's why you and Jacob are together now, you whore. That's what I'd say. And then you'd have your little collar.
You'd be so in that river.
Well, classically, of all the people that were executed, 84% were women.
Of course.
Of course they fucking
Actually,
were.
who are the male witches?
Yeah,
then?
well, to be honest, I'm not surprised it's 100. I'm surprised it isn't 100. But I don't know who the male witches are. Maybe we should
Gay men.
dabble in that. Gay men witches.
Maybe.
It was believed that witches used magic for evil purposes, magic that came from wicked spirits or even the devil himself. In 1735, a new Witchcraft Act was passed, which made it a crime to accuse another person of having magical powers or being guilty of practicing witchcraft. That's you. That's you. That's illegal. You're coming down with me, bitch.
Wait, it's illegal to accuse, is it?
Accuse another person of having magic or being guilty of practicing witchcraft. Which I'm confused by. As a near complete reversal of the... So it's turned around, you can't accuse anyone anymore.
So you can't accuse,
so
but you
I'd
can't
be fine.
practice.
You wouldn't, you'd be dead.
No, but what I would do is insinuate that you're a bit dodgy.
You know, I've seen Hannah. Hannah's got a lot of sage nowadays, hasn't she?
No, I'd just be like, look, she's got have you noticed a crow keeps coming to her garden?
Have you
That's nice, isn't it?
Have you noticed
Have you
lots of
really
light
sweet?
and glitter coming out of a chimney?
Yeah, on her chin. You know, she's got a bit of glitter just here.
I have. She's not here doing those human sacrifices at night time.
Yeah, when she's naked round the fire with your husband. Fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
bit of fun. The act, though, moving away from the act of executing those convicted of witchcraft, also made it illegal to make false claims regarding the ability to conjure spirits, right? So this is where Helen Duncan comes in, because Helen Duncan was the last witch to be imprisoned. Helen Duncan, I'll go from the beginning. Scotswoman Helen Duncan by the 1920s was a clairvoyant and medium who held seances to contact the spirits of the recently deceased. She claimed to be able to conjure these spirits using ectoplasm, a process which photographer Harvey Metcalf photographed in 1928. This is hilarious though, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, is that supposed to be a ghost?
That looks like one of those...
Tim, I'm going to send this to the thing now so that you can...
you know those floating men?
Yeah, the men in the car park.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm just going to send that to the group now. So she basically said that she was able to contact ghosts through, like, really stringy, slimy saliva that she would just throw up, and that was the ghost of...
If you say that, then people probably will bang you up, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair. I mean, that is a bit mental, but people said it looked like cloth, which is gross. So she was convicted only 79 years ago in a new book, which, is that right? 79? 80 years ago. Mother of six, Duncan, known as Nellie, from Callander and Stirlingshire, was thought to be well known in spiritualist circles for her apparent ability to communicate with the dead. In 1941, she held a séance in Portsmouth where she claimed to have made contact with a sailor who died aboard HMS Barham during World War II. The Royal Navy vessel had been torpedoed into the Mediterranean with 800 lives lost, but the news had not yet been made public, which suggests...
So hang on,
she knows what's going on.
The Victorians have been doing seances for fucking ages. Why suddenly did she get it in
because
the neck?
the act had changed, so it was illegal to pretend or to kind of pretend that you were able to contact spirits if you couldn't.
Back in the 40s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not now, sadly. But yeah, that's mad, isn't it? So she kind of said that she'd contacted this man, said all the events that had happened, and it wasn't made to the public, but that had actually, in fact, happened. So maybe she was a medium. Who fucking knows?
So who shopped her in?
Well, I think she was quite well known around...
Calendar and
yeah,
Scotland.
I think she was quite well known. So the police raided her séance after some visitors complained about a distasteful speculation, and that's how she was found out.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and there we go. She was imprisoned for 9 months.
Okay.
So not... I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bit.
It's a lovely stint, 9 months.
Take the books in.
I'd rather that
Do you know
than
what
be
I mean?
pregnant.
Do you know what? Me too.
Yeah.
Actually, completely.
Give me
yeah.
some fucking tray meals and a little window.
Yes, I'd love
do
that.
my exercises, my
Got
bath.
me books.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds.
Nah,
okay,
come
well,
on.
let's
Actually,
start
Helen,
doing
what a lovely
witchcraft.
story.
Stunning.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
What a gorgine.
Gorgine.
I'm going to do a story that I'll probably do in 2 parts. How do you feel about that?
Oh, hit me with it.
You know that viral story about crows leaving gifts?
No.
Well, no?
No. No.
I
What do you
don't think I
mean?
do.
You don't either?
Shall I look it up?
Yeah. Do you not know it?
No.
Right.
You know that viral story about crows leaving gifts? Sometimes it's not about what they give, but what they take away. Recently, I saw a viral post about crows leaving gifts for people, and it reminded me of something that happened when I was a kid. No one believed me then, but after seeing that viral story, maybe someone will now. When I was young, my friend Madison taught me all about crows. She used to leave peanuts and table scraps on her windowsill for them each morning, and when we met up to walk to the bus stop, the birds would sometimes follow her, cawing, ah, ah. Hello? Thank you.
Did you want a laugh from me?
Yeah,
No.
laugh or another caw. Go on.
Ah!
That's good, yeah.
Thank you.
She had names for all of them, but her favourite was the one she called Agatha. A small hunched bird, like a scrap of shadow with tattered tail feathers. Every morning, Agatha and the others would caw outside Madison's window until she set out food. And sometimes when she got back from school, she'd find they'd left her things in return. Soda can, tabs, pebbles, bits of foil, acorns.
I do not want these gifts.
No. It's treasure to them, she told me. They love shiny things. See this blue button and see how it sparkles? All the time they left a metal bottle cap. I laughed and said it was garbage and was going to toss it out. But
Isn't
Madison...
that magpies that like shiny
Yeah,
things?
I think it's, well, maybe crows and magpies. I've realised my animal is a magpie.
What?
That's my animal. I'm a magpie.
Oh, really?
I like shiny things.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But Madison told me never ignore the gifts of crows. She took the bottle cap and all the other things and wrapped wire around each object to make a sort of charm bracelet, which she wore everywhere. See, Madison's the kind of girl I'd love to be friends with at school. She's obviously a bit witchy, a bit like odd. Love that. Other kids teased her, but I always thought it was sweet about how much she had a bond with the birds. And then one day, she disappeared.
Oh, fucking magpie sick.
People looked everywhere. She'd walked down the lane to the bus stop alone and never arrived at school. I was sick that week with the flu. Police canvassed the neighbourhood. I still remember how the police came by and asked my parents questions, asked about the neighbours, and my parents briefly called me out so they could talk with me about the route Madison and I took to the bus stop. That was when I learnt she was missing. I don't remember much about their questions, just that I sat there, bundled up in a blanket and occasionally coughing, stunned, and feeling like it must be some terrible joke, and any moment now Madison would be at my window, knocking.
I'm so jealous.
And asking me to play. Jealous?
Yeah.
Of being missing?
Love to be... No. No, I don't want to be the missing, but I want to be like the... I want to be the one who was heavily involved in the missing. Not the killer or the murderer or anything like that, but... do you know what I mean? Just to be a part of a whole, like... Because everyone loves the drama, don't they? Everyone loves the drama.
I don't think I'd want... I don't think I'd want you to go missing in the woods and me being like, fun.
No, same, but I would like you to go missing in the woods.
Great. Thanks. Great. Good to know. You just want a bit of fun.
No, I would like it to be someone that I wouldn't miss. You know what I mean? Like my arch nemesis, for example.
Yeah, we'd love her to go missing.
Yeah, like if we were just like I don't know, walking down the same stretch of road or something. Mind you, no, because then I'd be first on the suspect list, wouldn't I?
Yeah, and they'd dig this out.
Oh yeah,
Hannah did it.
Yeah, God.
Hannah did a murder.
Well, I enjoyed podcasting alone.
Actually, I enjoy it.
Yeah, actually,
it takes a while to
thanks.
get into it, but when I do, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, enjoy actually going on ghost hunts on your own.
I will. The police advised my parents not to allow me to walk alone to the bus stop anymore. I heard a and glanced at the window. A crow was perched in a tree outside. Will they find her? I asked my mum, even though I knew she had no answer. No one did. The days passed and there was no trace of Madison, and on Monday my mum drove me to school. It seemed I would no longer be taking the bus. I convinced my mum to get some almonds, and I snuck over the small fence and up to Madison's window and put the almonds on the sill, because I figured she'd want me to feed the crows while she was gone. I still kept hoping for her, though with each day that hope died a little more. I felt so incredibly sad for the crows, for Madison. About a week after her disappearance, I found a penny and an acorn there on the sill, and I tucked them into my pocket.
Oh, fuck me.
A ragged black bird perched on the fence, watching me. Its beak opened and it cawed again. I'm sorry she isn't I'm sorry she isn't here to feed you. I'll try and feed you when I can. The bird's head cocked to one side, one shiny black eye regarding me, and then it suddenly flew away. The next morning there were no new gifts, but the crow with ragged tail feathers was there.
I shake your ragged tail feathers. I shake your ragged tail feathers.
The bird got incredibly close, seeming to try to look me right in the eye. I heard Madison's voice in my head, all those crow facts she used to spout. They're so much smarter than people realise. They can remember human faces. And they gossip if there's a bad human and they all warn each other.
Oh, love that. You are a magpie.
Oh. And suddenly,
I know you're a crow.
well, one or the other.
Whatever.
Shapeshifter. And suddenly, a shiver ran down my spine, an idea needling its way into my brain, and I asked the crow, "Do you know what happened to Madison?" The crow's head turned. Madison, I repeated. Crows could learn words. They were good mimics. I'd never heard any of Madison's crows talk, but they watched her all the time, heard me and others call her name. "Madison," I said again. The bird suddenly flew away from me, only to perch in the branches of a tree and call. My heart pounded. The crow was leading me to some place. It was a cold, damp November day. The clouds hung low and heavy in the sky. Mum would worry if I was gone too long, but I didn't care. I hurried over the wet leaves and into the woods. Nothing mattered except finding Madison, whether she was alive or... I didn't want to think about it, but it had been a week by this point. The crow with ragged tail feathers flew off every time I neared its perch, drawing me gradually deeper into the woods. Tree branches blotted out the sun, and I noticed more birds perched like black leaves on skeletal fingers. I stopped when the crow I was following landed on the roof of a house. It was a beaten-down old house surrounded by junk, tyres, the wasted remnants of what might have once been a vegetable garden. The posts holding up the front roof on the porch were splintering, the stairs to the front door bowed and the paint on the door peeling. A pickup truck sat in the gravel driveway that wove through the trees towards the paved street somewhere beyond. I knew this house, or should I say I knew of it. It belonged to a man named Crandall. Crandall. But Madison and I called him the Staring Man, because apparently Madison had caught him staring at her once or twice when she'd walked past his property. It was because of her remarks about this that my parents and hers made us walk to the bus stop together. But we didn't really know much about him other than he was a recluse and looked like he was in his 30s. As far as anyone knew, he was law-abiding and had no criminal record. I didn't like him, but police must have already questioned him and found nothing because I saw smoke drifting from his chimney. Ah!
Fuck.
The bird eyed me. Its compatriots perched in the trees around us also looked down on me. I felt certain they'd let me in. But there was nothing I could do on my own, so I rushed back home, burst through the front door and announced to my parents that I knew who'd taken Madison. They contacted the police, but when I called the cops and told them about the crows leading me to Crandall's house, they burst out laughing. "Kid, they probably just wanted you to feed him," said the cop who seemed to be in charge. He assured me Crandall's property had been thoroughly searched. My parents apologised for wasting their time, and after I retreated to my room, I heard them all speaking in hushed voices about how kids work through stuff in their own ways. There was one thing left to do. I had to go and find Madison myself. End of part 1.
That's very exciting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
We'll do part 2 next week.
Have
Have you got a little for me?
Got a little stary fur, yeah.
P.S. Great hair.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Hannah's gone
Thanks, mate.
kind of like a Madonna.
I've gone very, very blonde.
Yeah, as I said to you earlier, very modern.
I had to have it painted on.
Yeah, very modern lady.
No foils.
It's got different tones in there.
Yeah, it's not ideal really, but they're kind of lifting my old colour off.
Oh, I see.
So it's going to take another couple of.
No, it's
of
not that it's a
goes.
bad thing.
I don't
just
like
think
it.
it looks like you have got different colours through it. Which is
Yeah, I
nice.
just don't like the gold bits. You know what I mean? Like the warm. I don't want warm. I want very cool.
You could probably
But
ash that up.
It does remind me. Yeah, I'm going to actually. Oh, also a bit of I had a good recommendation. Aussie Hair SOS is apparently incredible for
Really?
your hair. Like it's a hack. It's a great hack because it's only like 15 quid for the shampoo and conditioner.
Well, I don't think I need it actually, but
No, you don't need it.
Thank you, but I would say what you need, not in a bad way,
Right.
because you want to go more ashy.
Yeah.
Purple shampoo.
I've got it. I've got loads of it. But the problem I have with purple shampoo
Yeah.
is it really does the white bits, but then the gold bits look more gold.
Yeah, but have you got
Which does-
Purology? Do you know what I mean?
How much is that?
Oh, it's fucking worth
How much is it?
Can't say.
No, go on.
Probably about 18 quid.
Oh, that's all right.
It's good. It's good.
I'm fine with. Look, I've got no kids. I'm spending the money that I would
We
spend
keep
on
saying
children. Yeah, but I'm spending that money on me.
When one of us does have a child, which may not happen, but if that does happen, one of us is going to have to fund the other one.
Yeah.
Because we keep saying,
Yeah.
ha, don't have any kids,
Yeah.
keep spending.
We're going to have to agree that whatever happens, the other one is going to have to be like a silent parent.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like, just keep sending money
at
across.
this stage, because you've influenced me
Yeah.
to buy very expensive things.
Same. You've done the exact same to me, and now
Yeah.
I don't. I can't believe I was considering buying something that was £65 for my hair. £65 on K18.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was even considering
Actually,
that. That's mental.
Another
I still am.
cautionary tale. If you've been influenced or something on TikTok, within 10 seconds of a video, I spent £21.
Yeah.
I've now returned it and I've complained and
What
I've got
is
my
it?
money
What
back.
was it?
A fucking SPFI chapstick.
Was it shit?
It's the worst product I've ever fucking bought. Don't be scammed by TikTok and get
Have
your
you got
fucking
your money
back.
back? Have you got your money back?
Spooky. Yeah, they've emailed me to be like,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I sent something back to Amazon the other day for like the first time ever. I
where?
never sent things back to Amazon. And it was
Yeah.
life-changing.
yeah, it's life-changing.
Within 4 hours, they'd sent me the money back.
Return it all.
They hadn't even got it.
Mm.
Amazing.
Right, story,
Anyway,
please.
just
Story.
talking about hair care and fucking TikTok. A few years ago, I rented a house in the countryside. My neighbours were a married couple named Lisa and Michael. They had 2 young children, a boy and a girl. They were a nice, quiet family and pretty much kept to themselves. One night, I was awakened by a blood-curdling scream. Ah!
That is so upsetting for me and the listeners.
It sounded like it was coming from the house next door. I jumped out of bed, threw on my dressing gown and ran downstairs. When I got to my front gate, 2 small figures came flying at me and almost knocked me off my feet. I realised it was the kids who lived next door, but I was stunned by their appearance. The boy was in his pyjamas and the little girl was in a nightie. Their faces were deathly pale and they looked up at me with terror in their eyes. Both kids held on to me and began to cry. Their mother came rushing towards us and I could see that she was terrified as well. Why are we always ill? I think it's comedy. I think it's sharing mics with people. I'm convinced it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. I haven't gigged in so long, and now when I go back, my system's going to be fucked.
Oh no, I can't talk about the pod. Anyway,
Okay.
You know what I was going to say. Okay. I could see she was terrified as well. What happened? I asked. I heard screams. There's someone in our house. Lisa gasped. Her voice was shaking with fear.
Is it Michael?
I heard.
Is it your husband,
Is it
Lisa?
Is your husband in
Is
there,
it your
love?
husband, Kath? Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's him. He's trying to have sex with me again.
Ah!
I heard someone in the kitchen. I was too afraid to go and check. Then I heard someone climbing the stairs, and I heard the door to my children's bedroom opening. Then I heard my daughter screaming. It was terrible. I immediately got the kids and we ran out. Did you see who it was? I asked. No. The children ran out of the bedroom. I didn't dare to check it. Please help us. We need to call the police. I looked at the children, still trembling with fear. Where's their father? I asked. He's working the night shift, Lisa said. I told them to go into my house and call the police. She thanked me, took her children by the hand and ran to my house. I decided to check their house. The front door was standing open and it was dark and silent. All of a sudden, I felt a cold chill run down my spine. I had the strangest feeling that somebody was watching me. In the back of my mind, a little voice kept telling me, it's a trap! It's a trap! I don't know what came over me, but at that moment I was very scared. Scared of the unknown, scared of what might be lurking inside the darkened house. Pull yourself together, I muttered. You're not a child anymore. I started to walk up the garden path, but then I saw something that made me stop in my tracks. Click! One of the upstairs windows, the light suddenly came on. The house was supposed to be empty. I looked up at the lighted window, but I didn't see anything, just curtains blowing and... Brewing? Just curtains blowing in the breeze. There's something up there. Little voice. I don't know why I sound like Timmy Mallet.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, I'm going to stop that. That is horrific.
Yeah, do another creepy version of that.
There's something up there. The little voice in my head whispered, and it's not afraid of being found. In fact, it wants you to find it.
It's inviting you in.
I tried to tell myself I was just being silly. How stupid was it for an adult man? Oh, I'm surprised I thought it was a woman. To be afraid to go into a house because he's afraid of ghosts. If it's a thief, I thought to myself, then why would they switch on the lights? Click. The light turned off. What the hell? I thought and took a few steps back. I still did not see anything in the darkness, but I felt goosebumps rising on my skin. Click! The light turned on again. When I looked up at the window, my heart skipped a beat. There was a dark figure standing there. It was a woman. Her skin was taut and shriveled and her hair was long and unkempt. She looked like a corpse. She just stared back at me with her hollow, empty eye sockets, and she smiled a dead smile. Click. The light went out. I turned and ran back to my house. When I got to my front door, I banged on it until the neighbour lady let me in. Imagine if she didn't. It's like my house now, bitch. You can live there. She looked at me with a mixture of fear and anxiety. My face was pale and my eyes were so frightened that the children began to cry again. Water! I panted. I need water. I don't know why.
Strange reaction.
Yeah, just give me some fucking water. Lisa grabbed a glass, filled it with water and handed it to me. I really want some water now. I downed it in one gulp. My heart was pounded and I had broken into a cold sweat. I was afraid that I was having a heart attack. Did you call the police? I asked, trying to pull myself together. They're on the way, she said. Did you check the house? Let's just wait for the police. I replied, because I'm a pussy-hole. A few minutes later, the police finally arrived. They searched the house from top to bottom, but they didn't find anyone. There was nobody there at all. The police questioned the neighbours, but nobody had seen or heard anything. When they questioned me, I didn't tell them what I'd seen. What could I tell them? That I'd seen a dead woman in the window smiling an unearthly smile? No one would believe me. The police eventually finished up their business and left me to take care of more important things. Around 7 o'clock in the morning, the woman's husband came home. The children were glad to see him, and together the family returned to their house. I tried not to look over at their house, especially at that upstairs window. After that crazy night, I began to have trouble sleeping. Weird. As soon as I closed my eyes, I'd see the face of the dead woman. And then life seemed to kind of get back to normal. The neighbours gradually managed to forget all about the incident. Nobody screamed during the night, and I didn't see any dead bodies staring in windows. Everything seemed to be back on track, and life was good. But one evening, a month later, I heard someone knocking at my door. The knock was loud and strong. Yeah, they kept banging and banging as if they were going to break down my door. I looked through the peephole and saw that it was the neighbour lady. I don't know, the neighbour lady.
Just call her Lisa, Jesus.
I saw that it was a neighbour lady,
It's my neighbour
Lisa.
lady.
My neighbour lady, Lisa.
Get off of my property.
Get off of my porch, Lisa, bitch.
I'm gonna get my gun.
Lisa, you whore. You god slut.
God slut.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems what like those mad southern people would say. But if you are from the south, we love you deeply. I opened the door and found her standing there, grinning at me. What happened? I asked. She didn't reply. She just smiled and walked straight past me.
Oh, no.
She went into my house and turned left into the living room. She left me standing on the doorstep, dumbfounded. That fake smile on her face unnerved me. It was so creepy, almost inhuman. It made me shiver from head to toe. It was dark outside and no birds were singing. I was about to follow her inside when I heard voices coming from the house next door. When I glanced over the face, I saw the neighbour children.
When you glanced over the face?
Over the fence. When I glanced over the fence, I saw the neighbour children playing in the front yard. Then I froze. Lisa was there. She was standing there in a front yard playing with the children. I couldn't move. It felt like my entire body was paralysed with fear. And then the little voice in my head was asking one question. If Lisa is over there, then who is in my living room? I didn't stop to check. I immediately ran to the house next door and asked my neighbours to call the police. 2 officers arrived and searched my house from top to bottom. From top to bottom? They searched my bottom.
Top to bottom.
They searched my bottom and found a corpse. No, they didn't. But they didn't find a living soul. How could they? The only person that was inside my house was a dead woman. The next morning I left the house and I didn't come back. Now I live in a city where there are more live people than less dead. I heard that my former neighbours, Michael and Lisa, moved out soon after I left. I asked around and one of my friends said the reason was because the mother and father of the family had gone insane. They're such fools, my friend laughed. They thought their house was haunted. I tried to laugh along with him, but I couldn't even muster a smile. The end!
Lisa's got a mimic.
Lisa's got, hello.
Lisa Left
There's
Eye
that
Lopez.
smiling
R.I.P.
shite. Who's Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
She died. She was one of the TLC gang.
Ah, why was she called
Remember?
Left Eye?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez, because she had a left eye. As do you.
Yeah, as do everybody. And why don't you say that like a... As do you.
As to fucking you, so watch that.
Gorgeous.
Should we do one little... Have you got a little game?
I've got a little game. Well, everybody, big news. I'm not going to go into details, just in case, because I am a little bit unnerved, but my hex fucking worked.
Your hair's gone batshit.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go again.
Okay.
Your what? Your hexes worked.
My hexes worked. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you how. But I've got it from a very, very reliable source. And we worked out the dates, and it literally happened the day after we recorded. The day after.
That's weird.
So I'm going to do it again.
Just to really double down.
I just want to test it out.
Misery.
And I don't want it to be something too bad, just like trip over a banana peel or something. Do you know what I mean? So this is a spell to set things in motion to expose someone who's wronged you. So I want everyone to find out what a little piece of shit this person is. Meant for people you've spoken out against, but no one believes you due to the offender's social status. Well, a lot of people do believe me, but I would like the world to know.
Yeah.
I'd like the world to know. So we're gonna really. You please close your eyes. I'm gonna set a hex. Okay. Put on a mask. Lie all you want.
Lie all you want.
The monster inside you.
Isn't
a shock.
Isn't a shock?
It isn't a shock.
Shock.
Yeah, shock. Not shark.
Sharky.
I'll peel off your mask.
I'll peel off your mask.
Show your face to the light.
Show your face to the light.
And see who all believes.
That
you're still in the right.
Great.
So we're going to find out now. I'm going to keep a close eye on the situation.
Okay.
And we're going to find out whether or not this works and what's happened.
God.
And how exciting. Maybe I am actually a fucking witch.
I think you might be.
I've always felt a bit very
witchy. Put a good hex
witchy.
on me next episode. Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you so much.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.